Life is about differentiating our roles from our real self. Good morning. I am Raj Narayan. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Exodia. Every time I play a role in a given situation, I add just that little bit of inauthenticity to the scenario without actually being aware of it. That sounds weird, right? Let me explain. In fact, on most such occasions, we wouldn't even be aware of this dichotomy, a voice raised versus a voice subdued, a heightened feeling of responsibility to a total lack of ownership. We oscillate between these two spheres all the time. Let me give you another example now. I go to a store to buy something, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a sense of entitlement sparks up within. My voice changes. I want to be served because I am paying, right? Or I go with my family to a restaurant. Beautiful evening, order food, and unfortunately, there is a delay. And my decibel levels just go up, and the hapless person who is bringing the food to the table is at the receiving end. Happens to us? Yes, it does. This happens because we carry a bag full of expectations attached to our roles. In both the cases I described, the role is that of a person paying. Now, if I were at the receiving end, my voice would change, my behavior would change, my body language would change. Think about it. But that's not all. It's not as if it's all outside. As a father, I need to be the provider of my family, always. That's what my map is. As a leader, I need to appear strong and invulnerable, which means I can never share anything personal that is happening to me with my colleagues. As a subordinate, I need to become subservient because my role demands it. That's how society has brought us up. Now, where is the authenticity there? In each of these behaviors, if you notice carefully, the behavior is linked to the role, not the real me out there. In that moment, the real me disappears. The irony of this is that each time I play a role, I also force a role on the person in front of me. Now, how does that happen? So, as a leader, I make others into my followers. I believe they need to follow me, not question me. As a teacher, I give the role of the student in the class. All of them are students, irrespective of whether they are 5 years old or 50 years old. As a therapist, I attribute the role of patient to the person who walks in through the door of my clinic. So there is something wrong or something which is inferior in all those roles I am assigning out there compared to me. All of these unequal relationships generate inauthentic responses from either or often both parties. The student who is attentive in class goes out and throws insults at the teacher. We have all done that, I'm sure. So I either am the father or the mother figure or a distant observer, which means I'm not interested in whatever is happening. I never am on equal footing with my interlocutor. Why so? Because that is the way I know to become aware of my existence. That is my ego self. So as a provider, as a person who is paying, all of that justifies me as a person. So I always go with my ego, the one which believes that I am my role. But sadly, nothing can be further from this reality. I became a father when my daughter was born and became a father again when my son arrived. Now, I need to ask myself this question. Do I become a father only because of my two children, or can I dissociate them from my role and or associate every child in that same relationship with me? If I reach that level, think about it. Would nepotism even make sense anymore? So the question is, can I play the role at a universal level, or can I discard the expectations or at least change them from time to time? Because if I cannot do either, I might end up creating inauthentic relationships that impact my desire for a healthy life and joyful living. Have a great day and become aware of all the roles you play each day, many, many times over. Adios. See you soon.